but some of you guys are getting a little too snowflakey to me. Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. In this video, I'll tell you about a factory owner arrested for those methanol poisonings, Russian actress gets swept away, Russian attack submarine spotted in the Philippines, a Chinese helicopter in the disputed waters of the Philippines, Air Asia and hot water, plus much more. But first, some house cleaning stuff. Yesterday at the beginning of the video, I said stick around till the end. I'm going to tell you guys one of the only reasons why you should have a vehicle, a car, and drive in the Philippines. And I completely forgot, doy. But now I remember because of someone, I think it was Wavemaker, that reminded me. So one of the only reasons I spent that day 2 hours waiting in the rain for a taxi. And it was only like 1.5 kilometers. And I even increased the price by tipping, doubling up. I just could not find a taxi, Grab, Maxim, Joyride. Nothing was available. The demand was simply too high. Traffic was crazy. People waiting in line all over the place. And immediately I'm like, oh, I wish I had a car. So keep that in mind. Rainy season, when it's raining, sometimes you're going to be stuck out there for a while. If you don't have your own vehicle, let me know if you've ever had that experience as well. Even though sometimes you try to pay them more, they just simply don't accept it. And taxi drivers know this and they take advantage of it. So they wait on getting the best deal basically. Or even in Manila, they tell you to pay another 100 pesos on top of the meter sometimes. And before starting today's show, I really want to thank Josh for buying me a coffee, Ziggy who bought me 5 coffees and says only started watching this channel after discovering you at Asia Now. I finally made it to the Philippines and I'm having a blast and getting even fatter. I think this is in regards to my channel Living Abroad, my main one. Actually, I just released a video about an 18-year-old girl I interviewed. What a lovely young lady. Hopefully she has a bright future ahead of her. Anyway, so because of that, thank you so much. And lastly, to Paul, who became a member of Buy Me a Coffee. I didn't even know you could do that. So I guess you can go ahead and get memberships monthly to make sure you support the channel. Thank you so much. 30 bucks goes a long way in the Philippines, anywhere in Asia. And this actually keeps me making these videos because I'm always like this close to saying, forget it. It's too much work in Asia now to be doing all this for like 300 bucks a month. I'm being very transparent. You know, I put a lot of hours into this. So you guys make the difference. You're pushing me over the edge, keeping me going. Thank you so much. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. That's a whole lot of talk. Here's our main story. Oh, wait. Almost. So the USD to peso exchange rate 58.7 at the moment. A factory owner in Laos has been arrested following a tragic methanol poisoning incident that resulted in the perishing of 6 foreign tourists. The victim, including teenagers from Melbourne and travelers from Denmark, the US, and the UK, fell ill after consuming toxic alcohol from the factory-produced Tiger vodka and Tiger whiskey. The tragedy occurred in popular tourist town in Vang Vieng, where the victims had stayed in Nana backpackers hostels. Despite efforts to save them, 2 Australian teens, Bianca Jones and Holly Bowles, tragically perished in Thailand. Authorities have since shut down the factory and banned the production of the tainted spirits. Police have arrested 12 people in connection with the incident and investigations are ongoing. This devastating event has led to travel advisories and calls for justice from the victims' families. Wow, thank goodness they found some people that are responsible for this stuff. I thought maybe it was just some random people lacing drinks or someone selling it bootleg on the street or something. So I'm very happy they investigated. I really want to see what happened at the end of this. I hope they throw the book at these people because that's a big tragedy, right? Of course, anytime there's lives at risk. The next few stories are from the Philippines. The BI Philippines arrested 2 Korean fugitives in Angela City, Pampanga on November 12th. Park is wanted South Korea for a large-scale fraud involvement, loans worth 80 million won, about $57,000, and was located with the help of Seoul Interpol. Lee, who sheltered Park, despite knowing he was a fugitive, was also detained for overstaying. Both will be deported and blacklisted from the Philippines. Additionally, the BI comprehended Chinese national Yu Ye in Makati City, November 14th. She is wanted for unlawful withholding of someone. You know, the usual fugitive and criminal stuff that's going on around the Philippines these days. Next up, a Russian attack submarine was detected for the first time in the West Philippine Sea, 80 nautical miles of Mindanao on November 28th. The submarine was transiting from Malaysia to Russia after joint exercise with the Malaysian Navy. Philippines Naval Forces tracked the vessel, which remained surfaced, non-aggressive, and in constant communication, explaining it was awaiting better weather to proceed to Vladivostok. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. called the incident very concerning, highlighting worries over intrusions into the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The Navy responded promptly, deploying the BRP Jose Rizal and aircraft to monitor the submarine. Under international law, the submarine's passage was legal and it is adhered to maritime regulations. The incident comes amid growing naval cooperation between Russia and China, which have increased joint military exercise in the Pacific. The submarine has since exited the Philippines. Submarines are cool, but not really when they're going through your waters, I guess, right? So, In a similar story, a video footage by local fishermen shows People's Liberation Army PLA Navy helicopter flying above Filipino fishing boats near Rizal Reef. Based on the PCG's estimates, China's helicopter got as close to 15 to 18 feet from the fishing vessel. Oh, first time a helicopter been spotted in that region. Once again, disputed waters, probably military drills, or just simply China showing aggression and the military might and just bullying people in that region. Unfortunately, I really hope they resolve this whole issue, but I don't see it happening anytime soon without any international interference probably, but who knows. Next up, a scammer impersonating the Lapu-Lapu City Police Chief targeted the City Social Welfare and Development Office with a fake rice donation offer. The scammer promised to donate rice sacks, but also requested 5,000 peso worth of call cards from supplier. The scheme was exposed when the supplier received a scam alert and the CSWDO verified that the phone number did not belong to the police chief. The number was linked to a similar scam in other cities. Authorities condemned the fraud and noted challenges in tracing the scammer under the SIM Registration Act. The public is advised to verify suspicious messages. Oh, this is, I guess, similar to what happens in Thailand with those monks that go around collecting donations, or people just stealing those donation boxes. You know, whenever you try to donate money or help people out, there's always going to be some people try to take advantage of that situation. Even just like disaster relief programs, if you're going to donate, if you want to go help somebody or GoFundMe, all that stuff, please be sure that the source is credible. Maybe do some research, see if they've had other, like, obviously fundraising events, and, you know, do a little bit more research. Your hard-earned money should go to those people that need it, and you don't want your heart to be taken advantage of. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about some positive news in the Philippines. Thailand is open to the idea of foreign collaboration with the Philippines to boost the two nations' dive destinations under the, quote, two countries, one destination, end quote, concept. They've said that the concept would work because it's a nature of the people. They like to cover more than one place, particularly the best hashtag diving destinations of the world. Oh, this is perfect timing after the Philippines was ranked the best diving location for the 6th year in a row. So yeah, excellent. Obviously, Thailand, as usual, wants to go ahead and improve their tourism, continue to grow, and now they're trying to collaborate with the Philippines, which I think is a good idea. Next up, the car company Hyundai Cebu Talisay bridges automotive innovation in the province with a new showroom in Talisay. Auto Global Inc., as it celebrates 14 years in the industry, is driving the automotive market in the South Cebu forward with the inauguration of the Hyundai Cebu Talisay showroom, showcasing Hyundai's quality, innovation, and design for Cebu's discerning drivers. In a similar story, Panasonic Grand Showroom finally opened. Leading Japanese brand Panasonic officially launched its first grand showroom in the Visayas and Mindanao region on November 23rd at the Norcas Cybergate AS Fortuna, Mandaue City, displacing a plethora of home appliances ranging from the air conditioners, water heaters, televisions, whatever, and so on and so forth. Good electronics, good cars coming to Cebu. Hyundai, Panasonic, Japan, Korea, South Korea, yeah, doing big things. Next up in a tragic story, Russian actress Kamila Belitskaya perishes in a cliff slide tragedy. She's a 24-year-old Russian actress tragically being swept away by a giant wave while meditating on Koh Samui's Ladko viewpoint. The incident highlights the dangers of monsoon season in Thailand. Authorities have since closed access to the area. Safety is always a big concern anywhere in the world, of course, specifically in Southeast Asia. The weather is unpredictable, honestly. Thailand right now is suffering from severe floods in the south as well. And actually the Prime Minister got a little bit of heat for not responding properly or accordingly or on time. Regardless, when you're meditating, I don't want to blame people, but sometimes I feel like those like nature people, and I don't know how to put them, like they're really brave. They go right on the edge of the cliff and they do all this daredevil stuff. I don't know the details, so I don't want to blame her, but it's just sad that she was just trying to meditate and the wave just washed her over. So I would not, like, peace of mind, right? I think I would just be too weary of my surroundings to try to meditate, but maybe that's the challenge. Do you guys meditate? Anything you could share with me regarding that? Like, I don't know the specific viewpoint because she seemed to be very close to the water, and that wave just took her away, so it's so sad. Next up, a 25-year-old high school graduate posed as a doctor and duped investors into funding the beauty clinic, resulting in losses of over 3 million baht. Introducing himself as an expert in facial surgery, he operated his own clinic and worked part-time at other Bangkok clinics, damaging their reputations once his lies were exposed. This guy, Panatom arrested at a luxury condo in Bangkok and now faces legal charges for fraud and practicing medicine without a license. Anytime I hear stories like this, I get reminded of that movie Catch Me If You Can by Leo DiCaprio, a great movie based on a true story. Kind of crazy, but I love that movie. And then Thai Air Asia ticket fraud allegations. Thai Air Asia denies allegations of ticket fraud, blaming technical issues within its app managed by a supplier. Reports suggest that over 100,000 victims face failed bookings and unrefunded payments. Customers shared frustrations after AI chatbots and unresponsive official channels. The airline claims the supplier is resolving the issue and has asked for patience. This incident highlights the importance of addressing technical vulnerabilities and customer support gaps. I actually fly with Air Asia quite often. I usually like them. They seem to be fine with me. But one thing I dislike about them is their website is super slow and very glitchy. And so I could see something like this being definitely an issue with them. It's just sad for the 100,000 potential people that have lost some of their funds. Have you flown with Air Asia? Where do you rank them amongst the... You know what it is? It's just like some regions have like a monopoly, of course. Like in the Philippines, it's basically either Cebu Airlines or Cebu Pacific or Philippines Airlines. And of course, if you want to save money, you usually just have to go with like one or two people that frequently fly between the places. So obviously, the more you pay, the better results you get, the better refund possibilities, and so on and so forth. But so it's kind of give and take, you know, these cheaper airlines, budget airlines that I always use. I just have to take that risk. Sometimes they could get delayed, rescheduled, and even not get my money back. Although it hasn't happened yet because I just call my credit card company and claim a fraudulent purchase, worst case scenario, and they get my money back, right? So because the way I see it, they're not going to refund my money. They're not going to be able to respond to a credit card company claiming that, you know, all that stuff. So I've had decent luck with them. At this point, once again, I'm rambling. Leave your thoughts down below regarding any of the stories I covered today. And now it's time for a segment called Yesterday Today, where I cover some of the most popular comments. And boy, yesterday, some of you guys got really offended when I just said simply, no matter how clear I was and how much I made sure you guys understand I don't have a political bias towards anything, I simply point out the hypocrisy in some of the stuff. And the reason I'm covering it because Biden is because now I'm making the news now. If it happened when Trump was doing it, whatever, I probably would cover the same thing. So those that think I don't know about it, yeah, that was the whole point. I don't know anything about the system, but from an outsider perspective, it seemed hypocritical to have one feeling towards one thing and another for the other one. And some people said, oh, any father would do that. Yeah, I know, I would do that too, but that's the whole idea, right? A father, despite the family connections, I thought the law was the law. And I said so many times, not just the US, but some of you guys are getting a little too snowflakey to me. You know, this is a place I thought we can have differences of opinion, but still respect each other. Not that it matters, because I don't care, rolls off my back. I just don't want to hurt your feelings. DZ Ambahala says, my smoking started because of my parents' cigarette addiction. Now I'm cancer-free, but too much radiation caused something, meaning dead jawbone. And my daily life now is no speech. I have to use feeding tube, etc. So if you smoke now, please stop before it just gets you in a situation like myself. That is so sad. Thank you for sharing. I hope someone else can read this and hear this, and maybe one or two people stop. More than enough, I think. Rag Jamrock says, while I don't agree with the presidential pardon is done by both parties. If you do search, you might be surprised at the list of people's pardoned by both parties. Yeah, I'm sure I would be. Like I said, it's not about which party did it. I just read whatever was in the news. This is, I like this comment because it's funny. Dad Gontropo says, buy me a coffee and I'll give you like 10 coffees and I'll sub. Coffee here is at 15 USD. Thanks. Yeah, no, it's just, it's funny to me because I know what you're talking about. Coffee is expensive in the US and Canada. But the buy me a coffee thing, I think is just like a word. I don't think it necessarily means it goes towards a coffee. Regardless, if you guys can, great. If you can't, I appreciate you guys just watching, just commenting, just liking, anything like that, as long as there's engagement, as long as there's demand for this channel. I'll do my best to keep on doing this. I just don't know how long I can sustain something like this while still having my main channel. It's just time consuming more than anything. These stories take a long time to put together, but enough bitching and moaning, right? But I'm not complaining. I'm still very happy. I'm very grateful for you guys just watching this. And it's my choice. At some point, if I can't do it, I just won't do it. But no complaining. First world problems. I'm very lucky to have a roof over my head, food in my stomach, ladies to talk to, just people around me, friends, family, whoever. Friends I've made here in the Philippines, and even the past month have been fantastic. So if you guys are watching this, never take offense. Nothing that I say comes from a place of hate. And if something I say is so offensive to you, then by all means, I respect you if you just want to stop watching this, right? Because I intentionally make sure I don't say something that's so offensive that would really hurt someone's feelings. I don't know how to end the show. I'm just hoping no one's watching this far along. But if you are, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.